Katja Ubinger. Yeah, I get it, the German.
Katja came from Germany.
Germany.
And although she really kicks things off for us and brings some tantalizing and mysterious information, we don't get to know her very well before she gets bumped.
You're not Beth. She kind of comes in to serve her purpose, which sort of pulls her in to the clone world, and from then on, she can't get out of it, because now the killer knows where she is.
She's her red shirt.
Sorry.
We really wanted an anti-hero, an ass-kicking anti-hero, but also Sarah is someone with a lot of armor. She grew up rough, she's an orphan. She's learned how to protect herself.
She described as a bit of a grifter. She looks disheveled. You think maybe she couch surfs, maybe she sleeps in the subway occasionally.
She's lived really hard. She's had to survive. She's had to manipulate people. She's had to hurt people knowingly. She's had to leave people, like leave her daughter. She runs away from everything.
You've been gone for almost a year, Sarah.
Yeah, so I'm back on a run, the usual Sarah Shitestorm.
She's a character that's made a lot of wrong choices in her life and is now trying to set things straight, trying to make amends, and trying to be a better mother to her daughter.
Every part of her distrusts what a family is, what intimacy is, what somebody loving you unconditionally is. It doesn't compute for her. Every part of her being wants to be that mother for Kira, but no part of her knows how to do it.
I missed you so much.
I miss you too. Are you okay, Mommy?
Yeah, I am now.
Inside, she's very fair and has a good heart.
So independent, aren't you? Little monkey?
Remind you of anyone?
Yeah, but I was much angrier, wasn't I?
We don't see that good heart for a while. She has to grow up, and over the course of the first season, I think she grows up quite a lot.
Elizabeth Childs. It's you with a nice haircut.
And a nicer dress.
Beth is sort of a tortured yet brave cop. She's interesting because she's the inciting incident of the whole series. And so she's a character that, to understand, we have to unpack going forwards.
You need to talk to me about that moment. About seeing cell phone and reacting gun.
She's a troubled woman, you know, because I think Beth was a good cop, but she just had some demons that Art couldn't quite figure out.
Are you wearing a wire?
No.
Art. If there is another version of this story.
There's only one story, Art. You're making me nervous.
Good. Now you know how it feels.
Sarah's obviously stepped into Beth's life, into this dead girl's life, and is assuming her identity.
At first she thinks, oh, Beth had everything.
I've got a sweet pad and my new boyfriend Paul's out of town for the weekend.
Living in that life, then, means that she needs to discover why this girl killed herself. She's investigating herself, in a way, trying to discover what led to her suicide.
She is being hunted by another clone. She killed someone in the line of duty as a police officer.
And then as she starts to see the cracks, she sees that Beth was addicted to prescription pills, that she was dealing with psychosis and manic depressiveness and all this stuff, and it's not the perfect life she thought it was.
I'm not dirty, I just freaked out.
What's up, Hendrix?
Hello, hi. Hi.
She has to be sort of impeccable.
Good.
And her workout gear, and she's quick walking or coaching soccer. She's quite rigid. And her idea of keeping this front always, everything's fine.
Okay, oranges, guys.
The other fun thing about Allison is that she's so completely opposite to Sarah. Like, Sarah's kind of like, you know, street girl, right? It's a little street urchin, you know?
One chocolate bar each.
And Allison is totally suburban, minivan, kids, husband, white picket fence, pretty uptight, very conservative. And then you stick those two together, have those two meet up, and that's, to me, that's, I think it's hilarious.
Oh, shit. You point a gun at my brother again, I will kick the living shite out of you.
In my head, As Graham and I created this character, I was thinking about my sister, who lives in the suburbs, right? And so every time I think about Allison, I think, what would my sister do in this circumstance?
I'm sorry, but she wants me to impersonate her in front of her own daughter.
I think you need to step up here, sister.
Well, I did just play a Nell in Steel Magnolias.
It's terrible casting.
It was actually very good acting, Felix. Trust me, Sarah's no stretch. I got great reviews. The Rhine in spine falls mainly on the plain.
Allison, as a conservative control freak, is the one who's least prepared to have her self-perception turned inside out, which is fun to watch.
I messed up my family. And you're the only person I can talk to, and you're just another version of me.
Come on.
To have the most paranoid of them all be the most normal of them all is pretty rich.
I'm not even a real person.
And then it's really rewarding when she turns out to be right, that her paranoia was well-founded.
I knew it. Well, how long have I been saying this? We're like lab rats in an illegal experiment.
I love Allison because she's like all these parts of me that I want to pretend I don't have in me.
Okay, you're gonna walk your sister to Ainsley's house and you're gonna stay there.
But Mom!
Yes, it's gonna be fun.
So it's fun to get to play her because she's so nuts. I'm Kasama.
Bloody hell.
We talked on the phone.
I think my favorite clone is Kasama, who is our dreadlocked, tattooed science geek.
Hey.
Kasama. She's a bit of an enigma, bit of a nerd, bit of a genius, maybe.
Don't worry, you get used to it.
She has a bit of a West Coast, they said maybe Berkeley vibe.
You smoke? You want one?
No, just pot for me.
Ooh, really?
Yes, I'm from San Fran.
Ooh. Kasama's like life and ideas and humans and interaction and why and what can I learn from you and what can I teach you and this kind of life, like this excitement about life.
Dude, that's complex.
You must be really overwhelmed right now. Let me just try to backtrack this and explain it to you really clearly.
She is loosely based on a friend of mine, also named Kasama, also happens to be our science consultant from the very beginning of the concept.
So you're the scientist that German was on about?
Yes, well, PhD student, evolutionary developmental biology.
My first conversations about, so how would this work, like human cloning, were, over a drink on my porch 8 years ago with Kasama. So she's been involved with the project as a friend of the project and as a consultant ever since.
Can you sequence for cytochrome C?
The barcode gene?
Mm-hmm.
What's in it for me?
How about you get to have sex with yourself?
Well, awesome deal.
She briefed me on the insane science behind cloning, and it just gave me such a key into that world because I could see the connection, how it's emotional, it's about humans, it's about life. And I think that's what's cool about Kasama too, is that she sees the cloning thing as an opportunity instead of a hindrance or a burden.
Who is the original? Who's created us? Who's killing us?
I love being Helena. She's actually quite soft and beautiful, and not beautiful, but she's pure. Like there's a purity to her, but it's this beautiful, hideous collision.
Stephen, our makeup guy, came to us with the concept of these cutter angel wings because we had scripted angel wing tattoos. And he came to us and said, wouldn't it be creepy if she was like a cutter and these wings were actually scarred, scarification? And we thought, wow, that really would be creepy. Can you show us what it might look like? So he built these prosthetics that go on. It's really effective, and it's very arresting.
We finished makeup, and I thought it's a little bit Virgin Mary, a little bit Joan of Arc, a little bit an archangel, a little bit a fresco, and we used all of those colors. And Sandy then placed the wig on Tatiana, who had just been made up, and I think gave us the nicest compliment that we can get as a hair artist or makeup artist, is that she said, I know who she is now. I know who this character is.
I am the original. I am the light. She's just like an animal. She's so visceral. She's so animalistic.
My favorite Helena scene is the scene where she sits down in Beth's desk in the office and she's pretending to be Beth, but she's doing a terrible job of it. And she's looking around and sitting in her chair. Oh, this is what it's like to be Beth. And then she spots a half-eaten muffin on the counter. And I just love how Tat responded to this and just starts eating like her little monster. And I don't even remember if the muffin was scripted. At a certain point, the muffin was going to be cut. And we fought for the muffin.
In a way, I kind of look at her as like she loves way too much, but she just doesn't know how to love. Let's have lunch. Lunch? I think she sees Sarah and is like, immediately like, oh my God, you complete me. There's something about you that makes me feel alive.
You're different than the others. Yeah, I am. Stay back!
For me, Helena's whole drive is love, and she just does it in the complete wrong way.